adversity? Bring it. The struggle? We welcome it. Snooze on life? Never that. We are Dave Regina and Mike Pirelli, and this is the No Snooze Podcast. Come on.
Episode 66, No Snooze Podcast. We're back. Dave is dripping in No Snooze gear. David, thank you for repping.
Right, I just figured it was about time. We've been in suits every episode. I said, you know what? I'm not working anymore. I'm going full time. No snooze, baby.
Welcome. I can't say the same, but it's good to have a fearless leader. On the ones and twos, we got CV, Claudio Visual, and then we have intern second. I actually was talking to someone. They mentioned a couple like hacks for No Snooze, and they just passed Justin. So look, he's pissed.
Okay, so now he's number 2 of 1.
2 of 1. His Toulouse, he lost it this week. We'll see if he can bounce back. Today we're talking about a new term that I don't even know was what was it called?
It's called social stamina. After the pandemic,
yes.
Right? There's this thing going on that we're all feeling this little extra overwhelm of like, whoa, we're getting back to normal here. Yeah. You know, the masks mandates are starting to like be they're loosening up.
I've had more awkward interactions than I have in my previous 29 years this year.
Yeah.
Especially after new mandates come out, because I'm like I'm dapping up people that I would never dap up,
right.
And it just feels wrong.
My favorite is no matter who you go up to, the first thing they say is like, I'm vaccinated.
Yeah,
it's okay. I'm vaccinated. Yeah. I'm vaccinated.
Yeah,
and you're like,
wild
I didn't
is
ask.
that?
It's
That's
fine.
so weird.
Yeah, right? Like it's not a thing.
Like,
you don't
hey,
have to tell me that.
That's a weird
it's
name.
okay.
I'm Mike. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
But today we're talking about that. We have some fire wrecks. I have a doc wreck that I'll throw as a bonus.
Okay.
I think you'll enjoy. And I actually had someone that was on the inside that we can maybe call in an interview at some point.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, good friend. You met him. The Voyage Mobile. Remember Adam Voyage?
Yep.
The
good.
little...
We had a great time at your bachelor party.
Yes.
Right?
Listen, we won't talk about that.
We won't talk about that. Yep.
What else are we talking? We're talking Podbot update.
Yep.
I am feeling...
I see you're feeling lean and
good.
mean.
I was best workouts I've had since we started the competition.
Okay.
Or whatever you want. The challenge.
Okay.
I implemented some changes that I said I would be implementing.
Okay.
Dana's been crushing the Blue Apron.
Dana's been crushing it for a while now.
She's on fire.
So I think she
might be the MVP.
She shifted. She changed over. That's it.
And all I could think was like, I need to gift my wife with what's better than gifting her
a
6
brand new
abs?
house. Oh, 6 abs.
Well,
I was gonna say. I was like, well, you're getting her a house.
Well,
That's
the house
good
was
enough.
nice, but I mean, it's her funds as well. So I'm like, taking her funds to give.
Okay. All right.
So lots going on. A lot of fun. A lot of excitement. You look good.
Thank you.
Feel good?
Thank you. Yeah, feeling good. So Podbot father figure, I guess we'll start right with it, right?
Absolutely. Dive in. I mean.
Yeah, so I had an elite weekend last barbecue. Elite. Dude.
There's so many. I have so many questions for you.
So on Saturday, all we had was like sausages, like different types of sausage. Like, it was just wild. All day, though. Like, I just cooked a tremendous amount of sausage. Sweet, spicy. Why are you guys laughing at
No,
this?
it's just the way you're saying it's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just a sausage day, so that's all I ate on Saturday. And then on Sunday...
Saturdays are for sausage.
Yeah, and then on Sunday, I went over to Brother Bill's, right? And, I mean, he was cooking Wahlburgers, which are tremendous burgers,
Wait,
by the way.
Did I see you there? No. He made me a Wahlburger,
Did I see you there? No, I don't think you were there.
Sorry, my bad.
I don't think you were there.
Yeah, Wahlburgers.
And I had 3 hot dogs.
Have you Billy's hot dogs? Did he put them in the? Put them in the sauerkraut?
No, these were Walter's hot dogs.
Oh.
So if anybody doesn't know about Walter's, you need to get on. But I do because of Walter's, I do an original slice down the middle. And
we're very different in the hot dog game. Very
and
different.
I love my hot dog well done. I love it.
I like it boiled, snappy,
Ew.
like it just came out of boiling water in New York City, and I'm coming out of
You like the street meat?
Street meat.
Okay.
Street meat 100.
Okay.
You ever have that mystery meat out of one of those carts?
Oh yeah,
It's the best.
The gyro.
I don't care if it's rat, dog,
lamb, cat,
fish, dolphin. I'm in. It's delicious.
I'm in. Street meat all day, baby.
But he cheated you, but it sounds like you wouldn't have wanted what he does. He makes the hot dogs. I'm a huge sauerkraut guy.
Yep,
he makes
I like
the hot dogs
sauerkraut.
in a bin with beer and sauerkraut.
Oh. No, that was for a holiday that he did that.
It's always a holiday when he cooks.
But that's a specific thing.
Between you guys, Brother Bill, You know, I have a couple cousins. I have good friends. Everyone is phenomenal hosts. And now that we actually have the room and don't have the scapegoat of we don't have the room, we're gonna need to level up.
Listen, that taco spot
evening
right off the yard that you're talking about, that I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
that's
I'm looking
the
forward
works.
to that. So it was wild. I walk in the gym on, when was this?
So did you feel like sodiumed up? Like, does sausage have protein? Is that a
yes,
dumb
it
question?
does. Very high in protein, but extremely high in
Sodium.
fat, which is okay, but then all the extra stuff, right?
Yeah,
So, and when you're eating the amount that I ate.
And we're talking buns, toppings?
Oh, everything.
Like,
Everything.
don't skimp on the details.
No. But then late night, it gets even worse because you're feeling a little nice, and then there's like just a full sausage left, right? And I'm not talking the links. I'm talking the full
wraparound
Argentinian sausage called salchicha.
Wait.
Right? So I did Italian sausages, and I had the Argentinian sausage.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Was this planned or just
I
by
just went to
coincidence?
BJ's and just bought a whole bunch of
all them.
sausage. Yeah.
I thought people would come over and like, what'd you make for us? Sausage.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I went to BJ's
look.
to get a sausage. I don't know. Justin Anthony Sanchez is laughing at that.
So the sausage day was planned. Did anyone make a comment to you and was like, this is way too much sausage?
No, so Karina and Janine were with me, and it was after a busy day. I had a work event that I attended. Then I also shout out to Mom. We finally got her Mini Cooper,
Nice.
Red 2022.
Jealous.
I had to go set the deal prior to her and Danielle going into the dealership. That was the key.
Well, they give it to her for free. You negotiate.
Yeah, they're actually paying her $5 a month to drive this thing.
Incredible.
No, but shout out White Plains, Mini Cooper of White Plains.
Was that negotiating the deal? The shout out on No Snooze?
Yeah,
listen, for $100
they
off.
definitely took care of us, and it was great. So I didn't believe my mom. There's this one when I look at the cars. No offense to anybody that has them, I feel like I can like throw them, like just like launch them out of the way.
The Italian job was the first time it hit the scene. They were huge.
The Mini Coopers?
Yeah,
they're like tiny. So I walk into the dealership, and like half of the cars are actually in the dealership, like right next to the desk because they're so small.
Dave's like, looking
yeah, so I'm looking in there, and my mom has been saying, Dave, like, look, everybody these days wants Mini Coopers. There's none available.
Was your mom with you, or you were
No,
just
I go to
your
set the
big
deal.
self was walking into a Mini Cooper store. People probably like, he's lost.
The chick at the front desk was like, BMW's right next door.
Anything bigger's next door.
Yeah, like it's just next door. But I was
Excuse
like,
me,
no,
sir,
look.
you're stretching out our showroom.
Yeah, but I said, look, I'm here for my mom. I need to set the deal. She's not very good with negotiating. I need to have a private conversation with somebody that's going to take care of me.
I would be scared.
So I sit down with this guy. He's a straight shooter, 16 years in the game. And he gave, he kept it real, told us what he could discount, what he couldn't discount. Then he spoke to me about the shortage of these Mini Coopers that my mom, because you talk to my mom, she's like, look, Dave, everybody's going to be lining up for my car. Like, I'm telling you, you're going to want to drive it. Karina's going to want it. Matt's going to want it. Danielle's going to want it. You're all going to want the car. I'm like,
Really?
Ma, I don't want the car. Right?
I want it now.
But so she's been wanting it. So I go talk to him. And he's like, no, there is a shortage of Mini Coopers. But it's not necessarily off of the demand. It's because there's a shortage of them coming from Europe.
Smart.
Right? So, makes sense. But all the 2021s were completely sold out. And there was one 2022 left. And we were able to secure the bag, get the deal done. And she picked it up last week on Tuesday.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Dumb question.
Yep.
How is a 2022 available? Well, I don't understand that.
Right. So there was one left.
Yeah,
they had 8 more coming over. 2022.
It's 2021 right
2021 right now.
So
correct.
what, they do a year in advance?
Well, most cars right now is when they're starting to drop the 2022s.
That's such marketing.
Yes,
right
and
there.
that's the thing. And
that's
of course,
like you're buying the future.
So of course you see the signs, 2021s, great specials, great deals.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a 2022, can't honor it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But then I ended up getting them to honor it. They knew the whole situation, told them about mom's sobriety journey. So it was a big moment, you know?
You played at the heartstrings.
Yeah,
You tugged
yeah. But
heartstrings.
then also I sat down, I'm talking to the guy and I said, look, man, I don't want any bullshit. We're gonna talk this out. If you're gonna be the guy, you're the guy, because I also have some other quotes in from other dealerships.
Yep.
I said, I'm not gonna tell you about these quotes, but you give me your bottom dollar and we're gonna talk from there. And if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense.
Yep.
So then he gave me a number. It was better than the other dealerships right away. So then I kind of played it a little bit more. Ended up walking out with a great deal.
And did you bring the guy sausage as a thank you?
No sausage. No sausage.
That's congrats.
Yeah.
That's big moves.
Yep.
Nothing. New car's nice. It's a nice feeling, but to do it at the level of skill you do it at, and to do it for someone else must be rewarding.
There's a couple people that have said you should do this as a service.
Yeah, I say it all the time.
Go negotiate the deals.
We've mentioned a couple times on the podcast, but the fact that you've had dealerships order your lunch.
Yeah.
and say you're delivering here because I'm not going anywhere is hilarious.
I stood in one.
Have
dealership.
we ever told that story?
I don't think so, but I stood in one dealership, the Jeep dealership, for 9 hours.
9 hours, and I'm sure Karina was probably like, "Get me out
mortified,
of here." I would be if I was with you, I'd be like, "Get me out of here. It's not worth it."
So, yeah. So now, I mean, do I have to tell a story now?
Yeah, I would hit him with it.
Just
I gave him the punchline already.
Yeah,
so
a quick version of it.
Yeah,
we'll save it. We'll save it.
All
right, but wait, let me get back to the pod body.
Oh, we're talking bodies.
We're talking bodies. Mini Cooper. You're kind of like a Mini Cooper. Right?
I would say I'm more. If I
You're
was
the four-door,
a car, yeah, maybe I'm a four-door.
Four-door
but
Cooper.
I'm long and lean though.
Yeah, you're
I don't
long
know. I
and
got to
lean.
figure out what I am. I'm more like a Tesla. I'm in the future.
Okay, all right. The futuristic vibe. I like that. But so I walk into the gym and I walk down to my cycling class. I'm masked up. I walk down there and I'm looking at everybody. Everyone looks strange. I'm like, yo, what is going on today? Like, I couldn't figure it out because I'm saying good morning, but like, yo, you look weird today. You look weird today. You look weird today. You look weird today.
I hope you didn't say that to them.
No, I'm just figuring it out, right?
Yeah.
Nobody had masks on.
Oh.
So I'm like, what is going on here? And then it hit me like, wow, they're not wearing masks. So I said something to the instructor, like, are we allowed to do this or are we just being rebels right now? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And he said, well, CDC lifted the guidelines, but the state hasn't. So it's not official in New York State, but each business has the right to either tell you to wear the mask or not. Mm-hmm. So Level Fitness in Yorktown, they just said if you want to wear the mask, you can, but it's supposed to be only if you're vaccinated, you can take it off. Mm-hmm. Dude, riding without a mask now, daddy is back.
We got to set up that race too.
Listen,
because
with Lance
Armstrong. We have a couple calls out. He hasn't returned our calls.
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that.
Listen,
I just assumed he was
Lance
listening.
Armstrong versus Davey Legstrong.
Davey Legstrong.
I'm taking it.
Speaking of, I don't mean to touch on your body too much today.
Oh God, I don't mean to touch.
Before
on
we
your body.
started recording, Justin was saying he wants your calves, and I said I would pull a couple other items off of you prior to the calves.
Okay.
Because I guess this summer. But when do you really show off those bad boys?
Yeah, not really. Only in the gym because I don't wear pants in the gym. Well, I don't wear long. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I think
I don't wear long pants in the gym.
Just
so
shorts.
I just wear shorts. Yeah. So I don't know if you could.
You would strike me as like a sweats guy in the gym.
So the guys that crack me up are the ones that are super brolic up top, and then they have these massive sweatpants on because they have these little green bean legs.
Well, I thought because nothing fits them because their quads are
No. Those are guys that are like balanced. But then you got the guys that are just so yoked up top.
Yeah.
And then their downstairs is little.
Their downstairs needs renovation.
Yeah, they need to build from the ground up.
That's good.
But I think mom's got the genetics here. So
thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
In more ways than one, you've got to repay the car.
Last thing before I ask you, I just finished today. Workout 123.
How do you keep track? At some point, aren't you like, who cares? I'm going to break it?
No. Oh, yeah, I'm going to break it.
Yeah,
but it's just a goal I set in the beginning of the year, 260 workouts, which happens to be an average of 5 a week. I've been averaging 6 per week now. So I'm a little ahead of the game, but it's just it's a nice confidence boost. So every day I work out, I just put it in my phone, workout 122, workout 123. Done.
I want you to count how many sausages you have in a year and see if it's more.
It might be. It might be.
That's good. Congratulations.
Well, no, congratulations necessary, but thanks.
I don't know. But on that point, I've been back on track. I'm not allowing the legs to fall behind, doing my squats. Okay. I will admit, I've been doing a combo of goblet squats.
Goblet squats, yeah.
And what's the one when you hit the seat? Isn't there a term for that?
Yeah.
Where you don't go all the way?
Yeah, but it's like you could refer to it as a rest pause squat because
rest pause sounds good.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
That sounds solid. The big change has been this week. I'm finally back on track. Last week I fluttered around. I stopped listening to podcasts in the morning. I was listening to a lot of commercial real estate podcasts, but then your mind wanders and then it reminds you of things you need to knock out.
Now you're ripping Future.
No, you know who I'm back into? Big Bieber guy lately.
I didn't want to blow the load, but I see that you were going to say Justin Bieber.
Yeah, dude. I listened to so it's on auto, right? On YouTube I have the premium, no biggie. And it just rolls into the next video. And it lands on his Tiny Desk performance and a vocal coach is watching it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let this rock. I'm going to see what the vocal coach thinks about Bieber. And it was so interesting because he points out things you would never think of. Like he said his vowels are open. So when he said I
what
can't
does that
sing
mean?
He'll be like, like he'll instead of tight, I don't know, but watch the video.
Yeah.
But the point being, Bieber can sing.
Yeah, he got some pipes.
He's got some pipes. The songs were phenomenal. I was vibing. I think I'm a live performance guy. I think I enjoy a concert on my phone while I work out. But the little shift of starting the workout as soon as possible, ending at 6, and then after 6 there's bonus time. If Livy makes the 6:30 bonus, if she wakes up, now she becomes a part of the workout. I'm lifting her, doing abs.
Yep, that's good.
I'm doing curls outside of the fence area. I'm not letting that get in the way, but the big shift was just music and workout. Don't be on your phone. Don't be doing Instagram stuff. Don't let your mind wander. Knock that out first, then do the other stuff.
It's hard because if you work out in the gym, right, you could literally be there for 2.5 hours, but half the time you're on your phone.
Yeah.
You know, so like what I would love is sometimes I work out without music just to challenge myself, especially on days that like I'm super tired.
Yeah.
I'll tell myself no music today because you got to find a way to get gritty.
Lunatic.
No, not lunatic, but you just have to.
The only time I do is if I forget my headphones.
But
I will never be
but it
like,
makes
I'm
me
not
dig
listening.
deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do like just mind games with myself. But I see these kids, especially in the gym, they're like Justin Anthony Sanchez age. You know,
Throw a middle name out.
Well, right now, especially, there's so many kids in the gym. And I'm like, look, there was me. I understand. But I wish I could tell them in a nice way. Guys, put your phone down. Enjoy your workout. You'll be here for half the time.
See, I think I worked out harder when I was that age because it was all new. You know, it was all fresh. The weight stamina of like getting bored with the workout, I hit pretty hard. But now because it's different and I'm going back to heavy, and I see that when we move into the next house, I have a huge garage. And my options are going to be so much better. Like I'm going to get a rack with weights.
We could probably start charging a membership.
Listen, you want to come work out, and I got to figure out a good name.
I like how he said we.
Yeah, listen, you as long as you work the door, see who comes in and out. But it's I don't know if it's maybe the trip we're taking to South Carolina. I want to be, backwards hat, back to
you know what I'm saying?
I want to contribute to the visual.
Right. Yep.
And it's just time. It's just time to hit the 10.
Yep.
I was waiting. I was waiting for the inspiration, waiting for it, waiting to get in the groove. Last week punched me in the face. I had too many things going on.
Literally, you had marks.
I'm still bleeding up here. I hit my head again. The other big adjustment, and you'll see as I post on our Instagram, go follow No Snooze Podcast, like, subscribe on YouTube, is I switched. I used to do shake in the morning, but now I'm doing the food. If I can do food, do the real food, because mentally it gets me farther through the day.
Okay.
And it's more enjoyable, and I have a little more time to like decompress in the morning. Then I'm hitting shake during the day, protein bar, and then evening Dana's making our Blue Apron, Weight Watcher style.
Yep.
So the average meal is about 50 grams of protein to maybe 35, 40, and then the calories are anywhere from like 500 to 600. So as long as I just budget, then I know I have a second evening, like late night, either snack or like I had a lean burger last night.
Very nice.
But, pump to the backs, my boy Daryl was like, you need to eat the same thing every day and just do that through the week. Don't leave it to chance. Just eat the same thing every day. You told me that a million times. Sometimes you need someone else to say it, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stop doing all this crazy stuff, stick to the basics, lift heavy. Nothing gets. I don't know why, but I'm made to lift heavy weights. Like I enjoy it so much, and apparently it is more efficient.
Of course,
because you keep that burn going. And jump roping, I'm back jump roping. Walking is
no rope.
Back.
No rope.
No rope. Excuse me. No rope. Walking. I've been rocking about 10,000 steps a day, but I haven't been documenting. But I'm like, you know what? Another way to stay accountable. I'm just going to start posting every night.
Easy money.
My 10, 15, whatever it is.
Yep.
And we're back. I'm going to do the body fat weigh-in either this Friday or next.
Wait a week.
Because I would love to be less than 14 when I start, because then meant to be like, ooh, I broke the basement. Broke the basement. It's time to go. It's time to go deeper.
Going deeper. I'm with you.
Spinning everywhere.
I'm here. I'm here for the journey.
Yeah,
I am.
Are you going to join me again? Come back to the 10?
I mean, I can. I'm still under 10.
We need to look good on the beach this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, we are a brand now.
Yeah, we can't be just,
you know what I mean?
Slopped up.
We can't be No Snooze, and then someone sees us and be like, look.
Yeah, there's a picture
terrible.
of me last year. I look back on the picture. I look terrible.
Yeah. Do you use that to motivate you, or do you use what you could potentially be to motivate you? Like, would you look at a picture of what you were when you're not happy, or what you were when you were happy?
I do both. I look at the other one, and I'm like, wow, you look like shit. And then I look at the other good one, and I'm like, damn, you better get back to that.
Okay.
So I do both.
I've mentioned before, but you know what I do? I look at someone who's like a supermodel body, and I'm like, I look terrible. You know what I mean? Because if you shoot for the moon, you land on the pecs.
Ooh, I like that. Baby update.
Yes.
Right?
Whose baby?
Our baby.
Okay.
So they had an outing of their own, right?
Can I make one comment before you go into it?
Yep.
We did a guest appearance on Sisters with Mommy Issues.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And to start the recording off, Dave goes, "Our baby." Or our babies, and
Yes.
we were like, wait, well, hold on, we're not married.
We're not married.
Yeah.
So they didn't know, but that was a fun podcast.
That was awesome.
They did a great job. Shout out Brooke and Mari.
Mari. So it's
Right?
spelled
Mari.
Yeah. So I had to dig deep into the little, my little flavor and hit him with the Mari.
That's right. A little swag on it.
Little swag on it.
So
Sorry, go
anyway,
ahead.
Cali Carbohydrate met with Livy Lasagna,
Yes.
and these two they had a field day at brunch.
Yeah, they're brunching. We're working.
Right? What was that?
Is this a theme?
What was that? I saw that too. But they had brunch with the girls. They had one of, I think it was Danielle's birthday. So they all went out, and it was just it's nice to see. But I cannot believe that these two young ladies are about to be 1 year old.
It's crazy.
And we are planning a joint
Yes.
birthday party.
Might as well be a wedding the way these girls put things together.
For the No Snooze Babies.
Yes.
Right? So that's going to be exciting.
Callie's getting so cute. Olivia obviously very cute. Callie super cute. Looks like daddy. Like
Nah, I think she's
you
looking
don't
like
think
mommy
so?
now.
I don't know.
I think she was looking like daddy, and now she's looking like mommy. The funniest thing, though, all she says now is dada.
Liddy
all
does
she
not
says.
say mama anymore.
Yeah.
She doesn't say dad either, but
Yeah.
she said dad more recently than she says mom.
Dude, she literally dropped mama off, and all she's saying is dada.
Well, daddy's giving her chicken cutlets, fries. Like
I know.
I'd be saying
I
dad
know.
too if you've been feeding me like
Karina walks in the house, and she goes, dada.
that. Oh,
And Karina's
isn't that
like,
the
no.
best? I got
Yeah.
one of those.
Let's go.
And Dana was excited at first, and then
Yeah.
her face turned to like, oh no.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And I think they say it's easier to say, so they latch on to that word a little bit quicker. But for us, like she was saying mama
Second.
much quicker.
Yeah. Do you think it's gotten a little bit easier as far as like we have a gate? I call it the Coliseum, right?
Mm-hmm.
We get this gate, we put Petey and Livy in there, and
Yep.
they go nuts. And it's like they're in war. Livy's throwing stuff. I actually
Yep.
played dodgeball with her last night.
Nice.
And drilled her in the face back. But just I throw dog toys at her.
Yep.
And then she'll like laugh.
And they
because she
both
think
go
it's
race
funny.
for him?
Yeah, and then Petey will run. He'll try to grab her, or she'll try to grab him. But do you find that it's a little more manageable now that they can like entertain themselves a little bit?
Yes, but it's super dangerous because if she's not in the pen or whatever, like we have to,
strong.
dude. And yeah, the grip strength on them is ridiculous. If there's something on the way that they're just able to grab it off the table.
Yeah.
So we literally had to baby-proof the whole house. And when we decorated the house originally, Karina wasn't even pregnant. So we did it with like, a little feng shui.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Whereas
showroom.
now we have like the beautiful bar stools that are usually on the island. They're in the guest room. Like we have contraptions that are blocking off like the glass tables. The other day, no joke, I ran to the garbage to put the garbage out before the garbage team came. And they
Garbage team.
I don't know why I said it like
so
that.
funny.
But I don't
Hey
know.
team, let's go.
But they literally
Yeah, I
do
got
that,
you.
and I don't know, and they put on a show up in Yorktown like during Christmas time.
throwing
They
over
all
the
dress
shoulder.
they all dress up like Santa.
No.
Yeah, I swear to God.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so ever since then I've been referring to them as the garbage team. Yeah. So it was, the glass table though. Yeah, so she like follows in her walker, right? And she's waiting by the door, and then she like turns around. There's this little glass table that we have like a plant on. You hold your keys, whatever. I walk in the door, the table is on her. And she's like, da.
Yeah.
The plant broke on the floor, the keys all over the place, the candle like hit her in the face. But like super dangerous. We just got lucky.
Yeah, very.
So now we had to just block off everything, and we put like an ottoman paired next to a like a
ottoman's
baby seat.
key.
You smush the
Do you have a gate?
the two. Yeah,
One of
we
those
have
big ones?
Yeah, we have downstairs.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but then we have a gate blocking off the stairs. She's a lunatic. I don't know.
Yeah,
but so it's good and not good.
I talk a lot of what on this podcast.
Yeah.
And I had a day, Monday. Usually Mondays are a little wild because people wait all weekend before they give you bad news because they don't want to ruin their weekend.
Yep.
So Monday was a long one. I get home. Dana starts cooking. Livy's like on another one. Like she must have gotten to daddy's pre-workout, but she was going wild, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to let her go up the stairs and I'll just follow her. She cruises up the stairs.
Yep.
And I'm like, all right, where's she going now? She goes into her room and I'm like, okay, this is good. Like I'm just following her, and she starts taking out like it looked like gifts for people, and I'm like, I don't know who this is, but she's occupied.
Yeah, out of a bag.
Okay. But like
Launching
looking,
them.
and like if you're, how people in Marshalls are just like throwing stuff everywhere.
Yep.
That's how she was. Then she goes to the books and just starts throwing books around. goes into her closet, pulling out shirts I've never seen before.
In the drawers.
Screaming.
Crazy.
So like 2 hours of that, I come downstairs and like I am just wiped. And me and Dana had a conversation. Basically, it came to him like, listen, I'm sorry. This is a lot.
Yeah.
You know, because I haven't had one of those nights for a long time. And having that, I was like, I got to say sorry to all the moms out there. Because when the baby is on one and going nuts, it's just the bandwidth of staying over them, making sure they're not going to hurt themselves is a lot.
Yep. Yeah, we go through the same thing. Like Karina will have the baby literally from 3 till 6, 6:30, 7 o'clock when I get in.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like it's a crazy amount of time, but when they're on one like that, it is ridiculous. That's why I had said, especially when they were there to witness it, I gave her the 60-40 because no matter what, just because of the time frame that I'm not around, she'll always take the bigger end of the stick.
And you've mentioned social stamina. Like there's a stamina of stress.
Yep.
And I feel like I'm not comparing parenting, but when you're selling all day or you're working, your stamina is low when you get home. And then when you got to push for that extra,
you got to keep going.
You get drained.
It is a literal version of no snooze, though.
I felt my face drooping. Like I was like, had a frown on my face. I'm like, what is going on?
And then you also have to think of perspective, right? Like your daughter doesn't know how hard it is of a day that you just had, right?
Yeah,
so you owe it. You owe it to her. Like this is what I tell them. I'm like, as tired as I am, I owe it to her to come home. If she's going to be so happy, I have to play with her. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they don't know what went on. Yeah. One, it gives relief to the wife, but two, you're also trying to establish that fatherly
so much fun.
Connection, you know? Yeah. Yes, it's fun, but it's tough.
Yeah, but that's part of the reason with the pod bod that I was like, I got to eat. I need energy.
Gotta eat. Daddy's got to eat, baby.
1,000-calorie BS. You know, I got to, daddy's
Here we go, full circle, baby. We're going 2,500 calories.
I'm targeting that. Yeah, I've been hitting somewhere in there. You know, protein about 2 to 250.
Talk to me.
Did you see my breakfast today?
Yes, I did.
Nice, right?
Yes, I did. I just saw it actually in the car.
Nice. It's you know what I'm doing? I'm having like good meals, but each item is just a replacement with high protein.
Yes, but I will tell you, you're going to get to a point, though. You're going to have to cut the carbs pretty low.
Cut these carbs, kid. I'm going to be huge.
I'm telling you, talk to Cali Carbohydrates. She knows.
We'll see. I agree. I think I'm going to have to. So what I've done in the past is I've just been, like, I had 2 slices today. I'll just take one out, right? And I'll just phase into that and then add more protein in. But I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
Sorry.
Transition. No. We're rambling. Excited. This is good. Good energy. Good energy. It's a Monday on drop day, right? So this is good. New energy, new week. Let's get it.
I think I need to lower my caffeine now, too.
No. Keep it up. Keep it up. All right. Current event.
Yes.
This is a good one. This is just so random.
A relationship
no, it's not even close.
I'm done.
It's not even close.
I'm done with
not
this
even
category.
Close. No, you won't guess it. Now I'm going to have a dramatic pause because I'm going to have a sip of water.
Ooh, that was nice.
And I'm back. So, shout out to Mame Forson. Great name. I had to make sure that I was saying it right.
Okay.
The first ever African-American female out of my hometown, Mount Vernon, New York, to receive a full ride out of high school to Harvard University.
Wow.
Right?
Congratulations.
Isn't that crazy? So Mount Vernon, New York is...
Wait, that's the first from Mount
on a
Vernon?
Full scholarship.
Oh.
Did I not say that?
No, you did. You did.
Oh, okay. But that's what's crazy, right? So Mount Vernon, New York, I grew up there. School system, they do their best, but for whatever reason, it's got a really bad reputation. And it's really not ranked that high in the country. Mm-hmm. But it's I want to say, I don't know the actual statistics, but most parts of Mount Vernon are predominantly African-American people, right? It just is what it is. So it was shocking to see that Mame Forson is the very first one to receive an actual full ride to Harvard.
That's incredible. For what, though?
But, she wants to be a doctor when she grows up. She either wants to be an OBGYN or a pediatrician.
Okay. Nice.
And just some information on her. But what a great heartfelt story. Her journey, far from usual. Grew up in Ghana, then moved to Chicago, then to the Bronx, then settled in Mount Vernon with her family when she was just 10 years old.
Yep.
Right? Walked every single day to school, 30 minutes. So she must have been on one side of Mount Vernon, obviously going to the other.
She's the walk queen. No wonder she got Harvard. Harvard.
But she she took it upon herself, obviously through the family values, to really understand that education is an opportunity, and that same opportunity was not available to her in Ghana. Her dad was a teacher in Ghana growing up, so she learned to value the little things that are the things that us typical Americans tend to take for granted.
There's an immigrant like attitude and
Yep.
optimism, and like, you know, there's something to be said. Like our grandparents had it, or great grandparents, whatever.
Yes.
We've had to kind of recreate it in our own way. But I give a lot of people credit that come here. Think about coming here,
Right.
or going to like Italy. and then trying to do
Everything is on the line.
Yeah.
because you have nothing.
It's crazy.
You know, so just a great
credit.
story. She's our plan. Obviously, it could switch, 100 times to major in neuroscience. Wants to be an OBGYN, like I said, or a pediatrician. She also took care of her 2 younger siblings while parents were working, so she has an extreme love for kids.
Wow.
So shout out Mamay Forson, Mount Vernon, New York.
That was a very nice one. That I like.
Current event.
Yeah, that was a good one. And who broke up with who? You haven't.
And
My current event is it goes with the theme we're going with today, but Google just announced a lot of their plans for getting people back into the workplace. And I know as you guys in this room are dealing with that as well, and
Yep.
you have more of an office setting, it's something that's very interesting. So they're going to do, they said 20% of their staff will remain off-site, 20%, so that's a lot.
do we know how many employees Google has?
Google's
Google,
got-
Justin.
Yeah, Google.
How many? This is what you got to Google. Yes.
To look up Google
How many employees does Google have
worldwide.
worldwide? Yes, that's a good one.
It's worldwide's important.
So is that 20% worldwide?
20% worldwide. So that's a lot, right? Then on top of it, they're changing all their spaces. So they kind of led the scene in open and collaborative spaces, right? And
Yep.
they have this huge overhead of you can just eat free when you work there. I read a story about some dude who lived in a van to save up a ton of money. He just showered, ate, he did everything. He just parked in the parking lot.
Wow.
But anyway, so they led that. Now they're making spaces so that everything can be very private, and you can go in and there's a wall of screens so that when you virtually tune in all these people,
Yep.
you're able to do it seamlessly, right? Because Google, high internet, etc. So, and how many people work at? 139,995. Oh, not as many as I would.
140,000 people. That's a lot of people
But not as
working
many
for
as I
Google.
thought.
Yeah, but working for Google, 140,000 people?
That's not that many.
That's a lot.
Is that a lot? Of
That's
people?
definitely a lot.
All right. Either way.
Yeah.
So then the other thing they're doing is 3 days a week, everyone
Okay.
in the office.
Yep.
And then they have a floating, obviously, 2 days. They're going to have these reset days where they just give people off for no reason.
Okay. Kind of like
Reset.
I'm doing to myself today.
Reset day. The coolest thing that I think, because I'm diving more and more into commercial real estate, and I think it's very interesting.
Okay.
They're making these. So when I work out in the morning, my living room becomes a gym, right? So they're taking that to the higher concept. So they're like, we want to be a combo of Lego and what's the company that builds furniture? IKEA. They want to be Lego and IKEA. So when you go into the office, you're like, all right, how much space do we need? How many people are coming in today? You grab these movable things, walls,
Shift them around.
and then all of a sudden you have an office for the space. Right?
That's genius.
Genius. On top of it, they're making these walls that are filled with, it's basically balloon walls, they call them. But it would be like, you ever see like a party and it's deflated?
Yep.
And it just folds in flat. You hit a button, it inflates,
wow.
and it's a wall.
That's
So-
ridiculous.
Genius. So it's like lightweight. You just hit a button, all of a sudden you're private. So I 100% agree where this is going, because like a lot of people want like these collaborative spaces.
Yep.
I don't want to be bothered. Like if I need to go work with someone, I'll go meet them at a coffee shop.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Sometimes you want to get out of the office.
Yep.
So that was interesting. That's a current event. In addition, this is my bonus recce.
Okay.
My bonus recce. My buddy Adam Boyajian worked for WeWork, and he left the company, and it went through a bunch of issues with the CEO who built it.
What is WeWork?
WeWork is a one of the biggest. It was valued at like 20 billion or 50 billion, something crazy.
Okay.
And they would take office spaces, lease the spaces, then sublet it to a bunch of people. So they would make like these collaborative areas, and you would say, all right, I need a place in New York, so I'm going to get a monthly. So
They
I can
sell it to
just-
companies or people?
people and companies.
That's crazy. Cousin Jake, who's actually getting married in a couple
yeah.
weeks.
How
right?
have you not known what WeWork is?
Well, because
Huge.
I don't know, but I
Okay,
think
go
he
ahead.
does it because he
Yeah.
paid. This is years ago though, prior to the
this was
pandemic.
huge, yes.
He basically told me that his company pays a fee per month,
Correct.
and he has satellite offices that he can kind of like if.
So there's
if-
a bunch of them. Now.
Yeah,
yeah. So it's
that's
cool.
crazy. But that is a genius thing pre-COVID, clearly.
yeah.
Right, and now it makes even more sense.
But now it's different because
They're switching.
Well, it's going to be like that, but now single spaces, office space.
Right.
So I see this in Greenwich happening, where they have all these like private equity firms
Yep.
that aren't in the office often, but they need to go meet with a client. they want their space, but everything's very secretive.
Yep.
Because they're dealing with high net worth individuals. So it's yes, you might have a kitchen area or kitchenette, but the majority of it is just a flexible small office space.
Nice.
So it's not so much about the amenities; it's about popping in and the location.
Yep.
Which I think makes more sense than like having a club.
Right.
But the doc is awesome. It's
And
on
what's it
Hulu.
called?
It's called WeWork.
WeWork.
Then there's big title after. I forget what it is.
Is he in it?
No, we thought he was in it.
Okay.
And I don't want to text him because I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
So I will follow up with him and get the details. But basically, it showed how this leader of this company was basically building this, and it got so fast and accelerated, he kind of lost control of it.
Okay.
And then when they went to IPO, and you really have to dig into the financials. It came to a reckoning because none of it made sense. He was losing money.
Yep.
There was no return customers. People would come and then just leave and not renew the lease.
Okay.
So there was a lot of things going on, but it was very interesting because it is something that wasn't done before well, and it was pitched as this like world-changing thing, but it was a very basic concept. You take a space and you sublease it.
Right.
Like, people have been doing
Yep.
that forever. He just branded it so well that it got this like tech value of $50 billion or something
Wow.
crazy.
That's ridiculous. I got to watch that.
It's good.
You've been
It's
coming with
really
some good fire docs
Dana
lately.
picked it. So
Okay.
Dana
All right.
picked it.
Dana docs?
And I want to say no one. Oh, there was a select few. I posted I need some recommendations. We give you recommendations every week.
That's right.
People out there. I got 3 recommendations.
Well, I think they were tired because they voted on my, they were voting on my poll.
How many people voted for that?
There's a lot of polls.
Are you the fan favorite, you think?
No.
I'm going to try to switch that this year.
I'm going to try to switch that. Vote for Mike 2021.
I'm just going to be like giving people money. Like me for $50.
That's true. That's true.
But anyway, that's my my ramble.
Yep.
Basically, we're going to see what the workplace is going to look like. It's going to be drastically different. And like people are like, BC, before Christ,
Yep.
after Christ, we're in pre-pandemic, post-pandemic times.
True.
Like, they'll be talking about this in history forever.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
Sorry. That's it.
Good,
That's all I got.
good recce to start it off. And that was a bonus recce, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, that was a bonus.
Okay, so I'll start us up with the No Snooze recommendation. Listen, I don't have the suit on, so I can't come out the pocket.
I was going to say.
I am coming out of the back of the table here.
Chest.
Yeah. My nice red bag.
He keistered it.
I got plays right in with the weather.
Oh, baby.
You know what I mean?
Another one.
Another one. So, this is the Drew Estate. Right? You like that?
Yeah.
Drew Estate, kind of
Drew
like
Estate,
kind of like real estate, right?
Oh, well, Drew is Bieber's clothing company, too.
True.
So, 2 of my favorite
The
things.
Undercrown Maduro. Not to be confused with one of Mike's favorite foods, Maduro, which is a version of plantains.
Oh.
Right? So this is a high-end cigar for the working man. That's how they brand it. Funny story behind this. So Drew Estate made this expensive cigar called the Liga Privada No. 9, right? It was a very select tobacco, tough process, but the cigar rollers in the Drew Estate factory were smoking it so much, because they could obviously smoke the product, that the cigar like literally was becoming obsolete because they were smoking everything. That's how good it was, right? So then Drew himself had to say, guys, look, I need you to stop smoking that Liga Privada No. 9, and we need to come up with another blend, right? So they took a lot of the binder and filler from the expensive Liga Privada, and they created what's called the Undercrown Maduro.
How do they brand cigars? Like, how'd you find out about this cigar? Is it just you're in
Well,
the,
yeah, no,
in
I
the
read
world?
about it, right? So while the Liga 9 is a full-flavored, full-body cigar, this is a hint down. So it's medium to full body, obviously the Maduro wrapper, but it's wrapped in the San Andreas, which makes it dark. And that's what the Maduro is. It's a darker wrapper. Just because a wrapper is dark, though, does not have to do with the actual strength of the cigar.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right?
I
So
thought the darker, the stronger.
No, I know. Everybody
Like tans, you know?
Yes.
People with tan.
Yeah.
Look a little jacked. Look a little more jacked.
So the Drew Estate Undercrown, listen to this, starts with notes of coffee with a slight hint of spice that becomes more prominent throughout the cigar.
Ooh.
And even as it progresses, the cigar still manages to round out as a medium to full-bodied treat.
I am captivated, David.
Right? And it's
I know
good.
what cigar I'm smoking next.
So, it's
Guess
delicious.
who's providing
too.
it?
Right. So Drew Estate Undercrown received a well-deserved 91 rating on the 2017 top 25 list of Cigar Aficionado.
Okay.
Right? So it's a phenomenal cigar. And the actual reviewers, I have their notes here. It says, shows a strong, oaky leather character, finessed by hints of vanilla and a roasted coffee bean finish.
I feel like they're describing you.
It's, but anyway, I had it last night with a neat glass of small batch Elijah Craig bourbon.
Okay.
It was one of those mixes that when I just mixed it and I said, this is a home run.
Yeah.
And it had to be my recommendation for today. I love Nicaraguan cigars. So this happens to be a Nicaraguan / Brazilian filler, which is obviously the tobacco that's in the cigar. So you get the best of both worlds. Now, you can shop around, right? But they aren't too easy to grab. For whatever reason, everybody knows it's a really good cigar, so they kind of swoop them up. But you can buy a 5-pack for just $41.83. It comes out to like $8.80 a cigar or something like that, which is very good, over at www.cigarsdaily.com. And their YouTube channel, run by their guy Tim over there, is some of the best cigar content on the internet.
You know I went on a kick. I love cigar content.
Dude, it is absolutely incredible. Ladies, just a heads up, it happens to be a great Father's Day little mix. I'm going to hit you guys with a couple recce's for the next couple weeks for strictly the dads. If anybody wants to, send them my way, you know where to send them.
Listen, if we're a strong male figure in your life, send it to us.
Right? I don't know. So here's the recce, the Drew Estate Maduro wrapper, the Undercrown is incredible.
The way you hold the cigar, you talk about the cigar.
It's kind of cigar porn.
Yes.
That's what it is.
It's literally cigar porn. And then my question is, when you post it to the No Snooze page, are you waiting for a certain amount of ash? Like, what's your technique? I've noticed there's some ash.
Well, I usually don't post that to the No Snooze. I post it to my page.
Well, wherever it is.
Like if it's
you
just
are No Snooze, so
you just associated with. So yeah, it depends. If I can get a good ash going, but I'm not one of the guys that like sit there and like, I'm hesitant of the ash.
Yeah.
If the ash, usually on a good cigar, the ash will go a little bit. But it's the angle of, I think, which I take the picture.
It's a nice.
Right?
It's nice.
It's a nice.
You make me want a nice cigar.
Listen, I don't know.
Like I said, though, if I'm with someone and they're into stuff, I'm like, yeah, that sounds incredible.
I just might be off today, so I might be smoking this right after the epi. Who knows?
Should just smoked it during it. Smoke this whole place.
Right.
No, that's a good recce. And it's in a bag. What bag did you bring? What is that? Like
so I'm mixing brands right now.
It's a bag.
So this is a different recommendation that I'll recommend one time, but it's actually a membership.
So I just have a follow-up question to the cigars because I'm truly interested in this. How do you figure out what you want to smoke? Because you have a bunch of options. Do you try certain things on different nights where you don't depend on the cigar being awesome? You want to try something new? Like what's your process?
In my humidor, in my personal humidor, I have probably 10 different cigars that are my favorite cigars.
Greatest hits.
Right. And I keep those in my personal humidor. Then if I go to the cigar lounge or something like that, I'll try different things to see what I like.
Got it.
But I'm not buying packs of cigars if I don't like them, right? So I'll always try out the single.
Out at the place.
Yes, exactly. But my thing to people, if you are interested in getting involved in cigars, right, like start reading about it and don't start with like a full body smoke. It just doesn't make sense because your palate has to develop, right? It's like we're babies all over again, right? Yeah. Exactly. When you drink liquor, if your first experience is taking a shot of whiskey or something like that, probably not a good experience. Right?
I remember those days.
Right. You just start, I don't know, you start with something lighter, you read about it. It's called the Connecticut wrapper. Connecticut wrappers are typically filled with lighter tobacco. Start there. See if you like it. Mix it with a coffee because I don't drink it with alcohol unless it's the weekends or a random Tuesday night that I get a little overwhelmed. Yeah. But typically I'm going black coffee and a cigar. That really just brings the tobacco flavor out.
I want to incorporate the cigar and steak this summer. Nice.
So good.
But I need someone to come grill a nice steak. So maybe that'll be the next team building episode.
Yep.
That was a good one. So I don't have mine today, not because of lack of planning, but because it stays frozen, which is a benefit, right?
Okay.
I love my frozen items.
We could have sent Justin Anthony Sanchez. I think the studio upstairs has a freezer in it.
But then I'm like driving around with this. It's going to get mushy all day. So I'm sure the listeners know about this. It is Ezekiel bread, which...
Have you looked at the stats? Because the last time you brought some bread, Michael,
I checked the stats.
We threw it off.
I took a picture of the stats.
we launched that thing last time.
Yeah, so that was Dave's Killer Bread, and I got Catfish by
Dave will kill you if you eat their bread.
Dave will kill you bread. So this has been a substitute for bread. It's been a substitute for my bagel fix.
Okay.
I've gotten the Laughing Cow low calorie, low fat cheese. Well, I don't know if it's low fat, but it's low cal. Like the little wedges. You ever get those? They're creamy. What a combination!
I haven't had them, but I know what they are,
dude. I got some lox.
So we're putting cheese on the bread.
Cheese on the bread.
Okay.
Right. Little,
like a grilled
little
cheese?
lox on top, which it gives you that bagel effect, or you just have it with eggs.
Okay.
Just bare.
Beautiful.
You hit it with a little sugar-free strawberry preservative, low-cal snack. It's been a unbelievable compliment, and it has each slice. Guess how much each slice has of the sesame Ezekiel
Are we
bread.
talking calories?
No, each slice
protein?
has protein in each slice.
I'm going to go 13 grams.
Protein? Wow, that would be phenomenal. No, close. 6 grams in one slice, which is a lot. 'cause
So,
the slices aren't big.
okay.
So 2 slices.
2 slices.
You were right
12,
on. 12.
13.
So that's a lot.
6 plus 6, 13.
Because your average bread, you're not. Your average bread, you're not getting that.
No,
right?
absolutely not.
So if you're trying to hit these numbers,
Yep.
we're trying to hit numbers.
We
in
need
protein.
numbies.
I need
Numbies.
numbies. I don't. You know when people say wasted calories,
Yep.
it makes so much sense now
Yes.
because I'm like, I can't waste it on that. I need protein.
Correct.
Hashtag meathead. All right. So guess how much each slice has in cals?
Okay, in cows.
Don't do your math. Just
I know. All right, so I'll say 80.
80. You
Really?
Ezekiel bread?
No, I don't have.
You should.
Is it 80?
It's 80.
80 per
So,
slice?
Total fat 1 gram. Protein is 5 gram. I lied. And carbohydrates is about 15.
Okay.
So not terrible.
Yep.
But it is an unbelievable compliment. I feel like I get a little more energy. Do you know about the sprouted? Why sprouted's healthier?
Why sprouted is healthier? No,
Sprouted
talk
things.
to me.
So I very high level interest in it and research, but there is a doctor, a longevity doctor, and basically in the process of something sprouting, all of its nutrients are at a maximum level.
Okay.
Right? So like broccoli versus broccoli sprouted, like seeds of broccoli.
Yep.
The benefits are like 10x.
Okay.
Right. So this not only is it efficient as far as calories, it's also considered very healthy.
Gotcha.
The big kicker for me is you keep it in the freezer; it doesn't go bad.
Wow.
Right? How many times have you gotten a nice, good
Yep.
loaf of bread and eaten the whole bread?
Yeah, absolutely.
Never. So it just hits all the things for me.
Yep.
I believe they're about $5 to $6 depending on where you get them.
Okay. A loaf?
A loaf, which isn't terrible. It's
Okay.
a little more pricey,
Not bad for the loaf.
but it lasts. Right? You have it. In addition, they have about 7 flavors.
I got a question, though.
There's cinnamon raisin.
Fire? Okay. When you freeze this bread, how long does
it comes frozen. I don't freeze this bad boy.
Oh, so it comes frozen.
Yeah.
How long does it take to defrost your
Throw
bread?
it in the toaster, straight from ready to go.
Really?
Right in the
Ooh.
toast. The only curveball
Right
that
in the toast.
Right in the toast. The only curveball, I've incorporated a pre-workout English muffin.
Okay.
I was gonna go bread, but I like the variety.
Okay.
The
You're
English-
hammering a lot of carbs here, Michael.
and I'm hammering a lot of weights. So the muffin, the curveball, to your point, is you have to put it in the toaster for like a little bit, so you can cut in the middle of it and then
Okay.
put it back. So it's a little more labor intensive. I would say spring for the bread.
Okay.
It's just a little easier.
I got to try that. Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, I can't believe you never had it.
I've never
Blows
had it.
my mind.
Yeah, no, I never had it. You know what's weird? When I first started lifting, I was hammering peanut butter and jellies to like gain weight.
Yeah.
Right. But then,
White bread, peanut butter and jellies,
oh, dude, I was doing everything: white bread,
regular peanut butter.
mix. But crushing them with huge glasses of milk. But then with the Crohn's disease, not a good
You're gonna be
vibe.
excited.
No,
Yeah.
not a good vibe. Oh, when was the last time you had a good peanut butter and jelly?
And it has to be made for you because if you make it yourself, it doesn't taste the same.
Do you go?
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Do you go 2 sides of peanut butter?
I was like, what do you mean?
Because
Like on
there's
the
actually
outside?
people. All right, if
Yeah,
you're a
yeah.
human being,
Yeah. Where you do it?
100%.
Oh Jesus! I used to put both on both. So
Correct.
I used to do jelly and peanut butter on one, jelly and peanut butter, and then you eat it this way.
Oh wow!
Like
so one
a
at a
friggin' taco.
Okay, no. So I'm a little
Sorry.
different. I go peanut butter, one side jelly,
That's also nice.
slap it on there, but it's a lot of this.
Have you ever had Uncrustables?
You
Uncrustables?
know that? Yes, I have. Shout out to Janine. She left some at my house, and I was crushing them.
She would eat Uncrustables. That's a very Janine thing to eat. Peanut butter and jelly, huh?
Right.
But our hack with the peanut butter and jelly that we
Yep.
started to do where you listen to this, Ezekiel bread, PB2,
That's powder.
which that powder peanut butter protein is off the charts.
Do you put a
I think
scoop
it
of
tastes
powder
pretty
on
good.
the bread?
Dana hates it. I think
You
it's
put the
delicious.
scoop of powder on the bread, or you
Yeah, you just
mix
powder it on the
Yeah.
bread. That's not a bad idea. But you mix it. I think you need to pre-make it and keep it in the fridge so that it's a nice hit.
Okay.
Then you take listen, you go 2 ways: strawberry preservatives, or you take the blueberries and you
Ooh,
throw them in
yes,
the microwave.
you taught me about that. Fire. You're getting
But
me
think
excited.
about that
Getting me
that
excited.
high protein.
Yeah, why did you
I
just do
gave it
that?
Pac-Man.
I went to
But then on top of that you get almond milk.
Yeah.
And then you get almond milk. It's like you're.
We're just Team Skinny.
All right, Team
That's
Skinny.
what it is.
No,
But
no.
wait.
I'm trying to get brolic.
Team
I'm trying
brolic?
to people come to the podcast and say, "Wow, he's
So
huge." And who's your friend with the beard?
If anybody does that, I'm out. I'm done.
trying to get there.
I'm
where someone's
tapping
like,
out.
Wow.
Wait, can we just talk about what you just
I do
did?
steroids. What?
Yeah. Can you just tell people
Yeah,
what
you
you
never
did?
do that?
That was like a
I
version. That was a version of a dead fish.
I can't take credit for that. That is my brother's friend from college,
Who?
Mike.
Not Jay Westall. Don't talk to me about Jay
I can't
Westall.
remember his name right now, but Mike. His dad.
Mike who? Quinn.
Quinn.
Yes.
Look at my guy.
Yeah.
We're on the same wave. Mike Quinn apparently used to do that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was hilarious, so I just did it every once in a while. I don't know why I did
Wait,
that.
so walk
But, like,
the
throw me
peop-
a dap.
walk-
Throw me a dap. Like
dap
he would
or
do like he would just,
just
do the
awkwardness?
opposite to make it
Okay,
awkward.
all right.
I
So,
think it was him.
Explain it though, because for those who are not on YouTube, by the way, subscribe
Yeah,
for Mike.
what the hell are you doing?
But I went to give Mike a pound,
then just
and he
grabbed it.
open hand just grabbed my whole fist. It's the most awkward thing in the
I gotta
world.
be careful because I'll do that to a
Yeah.
client. Like, what?
That's
Or
hilarious.
you do it
Did
again.
you guys see? I guess during the campaign, Trump somebody went to give him a high five.
Yeah.
And the most awkward exchange ever. Somebody went to give him a high five, and then he goes and he puts his thumb up.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's good.
Give
In
him
the middle of
Wait,
the palm.
give me.
If I can
go
find
for-
it, I'm gonna
I
put
like
it on
that.
the
Go
thing.
for a high five. You just touched
Oh,
the.
that's good.
With a thumb, though.
It
With
gets weird.
like a
With
thumbs
you
up.
ever do a
Yeah.
hand hug? You ever do the hand hug?
Oh yeah, but I have to go here.
Yeah. That's so weird.
That is
That's so
weird. That is weird. Wait, CV, you're not getting off that easy. So you just got
Yes.
on. You just got
Punt,
on the mic.
punt, punt,
no,
punt, punt.
no punting.
CV, this is year of Dave being number 3.
No,
Or-
yeah.
Well, we're
Come on.
just the number 4 this year.
Dude,
in
part
games.
is getting cut
CV,
out. This part is getting cut out.
aka Claudito Beats, aka Claudio Visual, aka the audio in Claudio.
AKA the Wizard.
Right, the Wizzy.
AKA, I'm going to cut this segment out. Thank you.
If you do that, you are so soft.
He does have a lot of power.
But
He
it's
can-
Not
yeah.
because you
He
said
can just
soft,
mute
it's
us.
definitely going to get
That
cut
is
out.
so wild to
censor
me.
us whenever he
Let
wants.
Catherine decide if it should be left
Ooh,
in
that's
or
good.
not.
That's good.
Seriously, it's good. It's good
We gotta
content.
bring Catherine. to this.
Leave it in. Let her be the decision maker. All I want to know is, can we have an update from you? Whether it's good,
Do what I do,
or
CV. I
bad,
just make stuff up.
or punty. Doesn't matter, but you got to keep people updated. You can't just
You're a fan
come
favorite
back.
now. He's
Yeah,
a
you
fan
can't just
favorite.
come back when it's time and be 50 pounds less.
Well,
we need to
some of
know.
us can.
We need to know
Some
the
of us can.
entire journey of what's going on. I'm not going to mention the fact
Oh,
that
Jesus.
you know
He's on a
I
roll.
caught him a couple times. Caught him a couple times. I did.
I have to say, I'm
caught
at
him.
an advantage because if I was in your guy's office, he
Yeah.
would get me every day.
Oh,
He'd be
dude,
like, what
but
are you doing?
It's wild. I'll see him like maybe twice a day, but I happen to catch him a couple times. I won't be
Isn't that
specific.
the worst? Like you're good.
I
all
won't be
day,
specific on
and
it.
Then, like Dana walks in, I'm doing something. I'm like,
Yes,
oh, she's
and
seen
that's
me doing,
exactly
like-
what happens to him. So, please, my brother, give us the update.
Can I say something really quick?
Yes.
So, this happened. This is a true story. He did catch me. Catch me.
Air quotes.
So, a parent.
If you're telling the story, that's on you. I
am,
wasn't giving
because
it.
you already made it hot. So
All
I
right.
got to.
made it hot.
Come
I
on.
A
like
parent, a parent came, right? Called me down. I came down. I didn't know for what. I thought it was for an application or something. I come down. You know, we're not really taking the parents in yet, so I go outside,
Yeah.
which happens to be right outside of David's window, which is the best
But
part
from a floor up.
because now he has like a bird's eye view
From a floor
So
up.
he'll get his little binoculars and see what's going on.
I could just see him being like,
And the parent, says, "Hey, I got something for you," and I'm like, "What?" Whips out a little milkshake thing.
Not little. It wasn't little.
It was.
It wasn't a little
It was a
milkshake.
medium.
Yeah,
It was a medium.
Let's
I didn't
not
get into
underbite.
sizes. Okay. It was a
it's
drink,
a Wendy's
beverage.
medium.
It was a beverage, and it was a milkshake. So I couldn't be disrespectful and be like, "No, thank you, I'm not doing this." So I took it. I said, "Thank you." I took a sip. It was very good. And then I kind of held it there, and I continued to converse with the parent.
Yeah, smart.
Of course, who happens to be on the crow's nest
Lurking.
with his little binoculars, and he's like, "Oh, I caught you! Oh, I caught you!" And
Maybe
I'm
detective.
I'm
And I'm
like,
like, wow,
we're going to see
really?
when you give your Podbot update if that's what you wanted to do.
Wait, did you have? Here's the real question: did you have the whole thing?
Of course.
So you're asking me on the show, so I
Yeah.
have to say yes. Of
Okay,
course.
that's
course.
fair.
I'm not gonna say no.
No, I was
they
thinking-
could be listening.
It's hard. It's hard when you. When
They could be listening. I don't want to make them feel bad. So
you
of
know
course.
what I'm saying? So I drank the whole thing. It was delicious.
I get
Yeah.
that. You know what's tough? I get into that situation sometimes. People offer you like a cookie with coffee.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, can I make you a coffee? And you could say black and not be disrespectful, right? You could say, oh, I drank it black. And then if like, oh, I baked some cookies. You can't be like, No, I'm like.
No, you
trying to
just
get
say
to
no. I'm
10%.
brolic. I can't eat
You
that
grab
right now.
one, you hammer it home, and you leave it at one.
Yep, that's good. Yeah, so I mean, he also has not. No. This, if we're being transparent, I've noticed. What? Yeah, no, I've just noticed that, and he's been making decent decisions, right? Because he has a crew at work, and they all buy lunch together, and I sit in my own office and eat my own, prepped
Eggs.
food. Yeah, my own prepped food. But he hasn't been prepping the way that I know him to prep. So I'm curious on the update. Does it have anything to do with a lack of
I decided to
preparation?
be a leader and get the little crew around me. I've transformed them to eating salads every
I
single
love
day.
that.
Not my favorite. I got to tell you, not my favorite to be eating leaves throughout the week.
But you're a
I
leader
know
now.
I know that's the right thing to
It's a
do.
leafy week.
So I've been doing that.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a
That's
big
good.
plus.
That's good.
Awesome.
Except for you're spending massive amounts of money on this,
Yeah, but one thing at a time.
right?
Don't worry about that.
right, yeah,
Ultimately,
you're right.
You can always adjust
ultimately,
it. You can't
and this
do it
is
all
where
at
the punting happens, is that there's no positive update on
Why
the scale.
not?
I think I said it last time. I believe it is the weekends.
Uh-huh.
Because during the week I don't do anything crazy, with the exception of the occasional smoothie that comes my way.
Smoothie. He went from a milkshake to a smoothie.
Milkshake,
That's
whatever it is.
Brandon right there. Adam
Whatever
Boise.
it is.
Yeah, I'm so
The-
proud of
the
that.
occasional
No, well, actually, a smoothie would be better than the milkshake.
Well, duh.
It depends.
But
Depends
no,
what
I
you
don't
put in
have. I would
Yeah,
I love smoothies. But then the weekend comes, and the weekend's a little bit different. The family comes, we have food, a little bit too much food.
I have a question. Do you think you could skip one weekend and see what the effect is just so you'll have the data?
Oh, I try.
Yeah,
I always try.
I know,
But,
I know.
I'm like a
Or
magnet.
what about walking? Like you have to walk a little further now,
Well, that's
right? Instead of 2 miles or whatever.
I
you might
will
have to do
tell you
2.5.
that has been a little bit of a. I wouldn't call it a fall, because I have not walked since Friday. I haven't walked for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
Now the reason for that has not been because I didn't get up or because I didn't want to. I've been doing some home improvement stuff. So that happens right when the birds are chirping in the morning, 7 a.m. We're out there doing some things.
7
And I
a.m.
gotta
That's
tell you-
lunchtime, my brother.
Looks good,
right,
too.
right. For the you 4 a.m.ers, yes. For me, no. That's
Early birds
wake up
only.
time. But I have been kind of doing stuff there, and I gotta tell you, I am more sore than I can't sit down. It hurts. A lot of squats, a lot of like weird things. So I haven't been walking, but
Maybe
I've
it's
been doing
muscle.
that.
Just gaining
but
cheeks.
again. So if you're telling me that all this muscle gaining was making the scale go
No,
up,
let's stop.
Then
No,
you know
it's
it's
not,
possible,
Michael.
dude.
Stop blowing
Dude, it
smoke
happened
up
to
my
me.
guy's ass.
It happened to me.
Michael, stop it.
Stop
No,
it.
stop
Please
it.
stop it.
The reality is
I think the tides are turning, dude.
No.
I think
No.
the tides are
Honestly,
turning.
I believe
I can see it.
I believe it's the weekend.
they're
more than
going to
anything.
turn. I don't think he has an option.
During the
They're
week.
turning.
They're turning.
During the week is I think is okay.
Yeah.
It's really the weekend, and I don't even know how because I do go hard,
Well,
but not
Yeah.
that hard.
And I like that you
I
share
hear,
it. I like that
I
you share
hear
it. This is
David-
helpful to people.
Yeah.
I hear
absolutely.
David pounding sausage after sausage over the weekend,
It's so fun.
and I gotta tell you, I'm not pounding sausages.
Yeah, but I mean,
What are you
I can
pounding
do
then?
that
Talk to
now.
me.
So this
right?
weekend we went to Newport. I think I told you.
Ooh,
Yep.
nice.
So we did a whole bunch of seafood.
Oh, so good.
That's
But-
good.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't think that the seafood was gonna shift the scales like that.
what was it? Fried
You know.
seafood though?
Some
Half.
was, but like half.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
mainly, not
I get
really.
it, but the reality is, like, I can do that now because I've been doing it for years and years and years, and you can pound sausages on a Saturday if you're going hard on the other days. And on the days that I pound, like on Saturday, I still worked out, right? I still had a really good breakfast, and then I decided to like do my cheat crazy. So as long as you can build it into your own system, then it works.
I think, and the CV, this is for everyone, not just you. I think that data, I like data. I don't know if it works for other people, but when I weigh myself more often, then like when I eat like an animal, like on a night, right? Like
You know.
Chinese, I know how much I fluctuate. And then it kind of discourages me in the future because I'm like, I know
It's not
this
worth
is a
it.
good 4-pound meal, you know?
4-pound meal.
But it also lets you be more realistic because, like, I'll do that, and then I'll say the next day I'll go back if I just get back on track. So,
Right.
like, it's very interesting. I think what you don't know, you don't know. So, like, the more data, even if it's a little off, at least you have something to measure it, you know? But
Yep.
that's just me. You know?
So I have actually been weighing myself a lot more frequent.
Oh,
What
really?
I have noticed, like almost every day.
Nice.
But I have noticed that on the weekends I don't, for whatever
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, which
but
is
then Monday
fine.
comes and I do it right away again.
Yeah.
And
what did you
But
know-
honestly, the
It doesn't move
it's
much?
very even, and that's
Oh,
what I'm
that's
saying.
good.
It's
You're
not
doing
like,
enough to maintain,
Right,
though.
and
But
that's what I
that's
said
your
last
data.
time. That's what I said last
But
time.
that's
Then
your
you
data, right?
recalibrate,
Like,
yeah.
let's not be. a little savagey, I guess, but
Go
let's
ahead.
not be stupid, right?
Like the savage. I'm
you're
good cop.
no, but you're now at a point to where you've figured out in your life what it takes to maintain exactly where you're at. If you're happy with that, that's different, right?
Yeah.
And if you're not happy with that, then clearly you have to up the output or decrease the input. You have to do one or the other.
Yeah.
And I agree. Like, I think maybe you need to walk a little bit more, maybe add an additional exercise day in. Are you still walking on the weekends, or you're not walking on the weekends?
No, it's usually house stuff. I mean, I try on a Saturday.
See,
but
so
it
I
has
think
to
you
be-
need to incorporate extra workouts.
I don't want to cut your legs out from under you. Here's my argument.
Yeah.
To that. If you can get into the process of maintaining, then you set your new level.
He's been maintaining for weeks.
But listen, he's
I've been
going through a
maintaining
big
for
life change, right?
years.
You're building the house, you're doing all this stuff. So if you get into a groove and then all of a sudden you're like, all right, now it's another push, you know, then you can make progress. As long as you don't go backwards.
I agree,
go
but at
backwards.
some point you have to look in the mirror and you have to understand, okay, am I happy where I'm at? If you are, great. And if not, and you're still trying to accomplish something, you have to do things different.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
fair.
rocket science.
That's
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know it sounds a little bad
No, it
to
doesn't
hear,
at
but
all.
it's the truth. Like, if I'm not happy with something, I have a decision. Am I going to continue to complain about it? And not that you're complaining. I'm just talking about
So
myself.
you're Google, right? You go on a trajectory of like steady in this. I'm like a crypto. I'm like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then CV's got to find his cadence.
Yes,
You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying?
I
As
agree.
long as the end number, the price, is higher than when we started,
Yep.
you're winning.
I
Right?
agree.
It doesn't matter what's in between. He could see something all of a sudden, boom, motivated,
Yep.
10 pounds down in a week. So it's the tides can turn at any moment.
They can. They can.
He catches a glimpse of himself. He's like, "Ooh, look at that!" And he hits a couple more steps. I've done that a couple times recently. I've caught myself and be like, "Okay,
Okay.
I'm getting there."
Okay, Daddy.
And no one hypes himself up. Maybe
Maybe me.
you.
Maybe me.
Michael, you need to start talking into the microphone.
Oh, sorry, you got me too excited. It's a hard angle.
and-
Thank you for the.
Now to our topic. of the
yes.
week.
I'm the one defending.
Thank you for the transparency, CV.
Yes,
we
thank you.
appreciate it.
We wanted to take a quick second to let you guys know that we partnered with our good friends over at ORGAIN.com. We're happy to offer our listeners 30% off by entering the code NOSNOOZE30. Again, that's NOSNOOZE30 for 30% off your first order. If you're on the market for a new protein powder, nutritional shake, protein bar, or Mike's favorite, collagen peptides, Orgain is your one-stop shop. As all of you know, my Crohn's disease is currently in remission, and the only protein I use is from Orgain. My personal favorites are the chocolate peanut butter and the vanilla bean. With the code, you can try a 2-pound tub for under $20. Talk about not snoozing. Go get yours today. Now, back to the epi.
So, topic, we said, what was the word?
Social stamina. you made
Social
up.
stamina.
What is social
So
stamina?
psychologists, they say that the lack of everyday communication, social interaction has actually resulted in or extroverted people like ourselves, people who like to be out there, like to talk a lot, they're actually finding that a lot of extroverts are now coming out of the pandemic on the other side. I don't say that that's the case for us at all.
To introverts.
Yeah, like that's definitely not the case. Clearly, if we're
You started a podcast.
yeah,
Well, it's only us, so technically we're introverted.
that's true. But the reality is why I wanted to tie this in is because from now until the end of July, we have one weekend where I don't have one obligation. And on the weekend of Father's Day, that happens to be the obligation-free weekend, I have a work event Friday night. So it's like a later day on Friday, but then at least there's nothing Saturday, Sunday. And it just got me thinking of now that everything is opening up, obviously you want to make it to all these events and things. One, clearly, and this is just a message for everybody, we still have to be safe. Right? Like the mask thing, cool. If we can get them off, great. But let's not be stupid. Like the spin instructor, Adolfo, my man is still getting chemotherapy. Yeah. I think I told him, I'm like, dude, if you think that you want people to put the masks on, tell people, because we can't just be like forgetting about people who are vulnerable.
Did he have a mask on?
He wore a mask. He definitely wore a mask.
I mean, that's the other thing.
Right.
Like
He's like, I'm going to protect myself.
How's he doing?
That's
Good?
fine. Very good. He's got one treatment left, and he's looking like he's beating this thing.
a
I mean,
beast.
he lost some weight, but he's making it look effortless.
Yeah.
Effortless. Yes.
Seems like a good dude. Never met him.
Yeah. No, super good dude. But yeah, like stories like that, dude. Like really, who am I complaining about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, with the social stuff, there's one weekend, dude. On a Thursday and a Friday, bachelor party. Come back, leave the bachelor party early.
Yeah.
Saturday, 2 parties for children. Then on Sunday, a brunch and a party. Like, clearly you can't do it all.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Are you trying to do it all though?
So I kind of want to.
You know?
I kind of want
Like-
to. Be like, guys, I didn't snooze this weekend. I went to every single party.
But so I'm struggling with this lately because the pandemic gave us the opportunity to recalibrate.
Yep.
And I don't want to go back to
Right.
stuff that I didn't want to do.
Yes.
Yes, you have to do certain things, but you have
Yep.
to pick and choose. Like, the reality is I can't make certain events anymore, and I'm okay with it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
know it'll upset certain people, but I'm like, listen, to be honest, I can't. There's only so many things I can do with the
Right.
day. So,
And that's what Karina
hard.
and I were talking about.
because you have a lot of friends.
Dude,
and
we
a
were
lot of
having this
family.
conversation, and like, the amount of babies that were born in like
it's
the
insane.
summertime, like now everybody's having birthdays, and they're all good events. They're all awesome, but you just physically can't do it all. So I don't know if it's a mix of feeling so overwhelmed, because maybe a couple years ago this was my life and I just did it all.
Yeah.
But with the amount of work stuff, being a father, being a husband, trying to run this stuff, like there's so many things that are going on that if you do commit to this weekend of craziness or weekends all the way through July, I feel like that's gonna burn me out even more.
Yeah, the big thing I've started to do is like family stuff. It's non-negotiable. I
Right.
make, right? Like, even if you have to go to certain things.
Yep.
Like friends, I have a very core group of friends where I'm fortunate, where like I don't have that many events, and I've had to be a little more. And Dana's been good about too. We have to say no to things. Like,
Yep.
I think you can be creative and still get that time to celebrate with friends, but you don't have to go to everything, right? Because everyone's in different times in their life and has different. I never understood why certain people were so busy.
Yep.
And then you have a kid, business starts to go up, certain things happen. So it's like you're forced to make those tough decisions every day. And I'd much rather spend my time. It's all opportunity cost. Like, something you're going to do, you're taking away from something else.
Yes.
So there has to be a return on your time, and family is a big return, and friends. But that being said, you don't have to go to every wedding, every event, although they're fun. Just because you can, and we're gonna have a good time, doesn't mean we should go to everything. Unfortunately.
Correct. Yep.
So that's a tough thing, because I'm like you. I want to do it all.
Right.
I'm like,
And when you
I
think
can
about
do
it, it's
all.
fun. Yes.
Yeah. Like,
it's
I can do
super
it
fun.
all, but it's
going
be-
to set your next week up for disaster.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to wake up on Monday just so lethargic and tired.
Yeah.
Really what it comes down to, though, and it sucks, though, because it doesn't suck, but it does suck. I'm probably going to have to, on that one weekend that I'm talking about, for like crazy, that's like the craziest thing I've ever
Yeah.
heard, right? For me, like in coming up, because you go from nothing to everything. I'm gonna probably have to say no to that bachelor party. You know what I mean? Because that's just it's as fun as it would be. It's only for me. Whereas the other events are with my wife and my daughter. Everything is, it's family oriented. You're going to the kids' parties, you're going to brunch, you're going to whatever you're doing. So when I really take a step back and look at it, I'm like, I have to not be selfish and give up that thing that was really just gonna bring me satisfaction.
So I had a good conversation with a friend who does a lot, and coaching, all this other stuff. And my question always to people, and I ask myself all the time, is like, how does this exponentially make me happier? Like, if I do this thing, like if I cancel it, would it make that big difference in my life?
Right.
And the answer is it would make a huge difference, but it's a suck on time. Then it's like, is it worth it? You know what I mean?
Yep.
So one of the big things that Dana and I have been talking about is like cooking. So we've gotten into a groove where when I get home from work, she starts to cook and I play with the baby. I was like, I don't really want to cook anymore because
You guys are really on the same schedule now.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't really want to cook because
Yeah.
I want to spend more time with the baby. When the baby goes to sleep, I make my evening meal.
Gotcha.
Like late.
Yep.
And in the morning, I'll hang with her occasionally. Like, I'll make my breakfast, but I'm still with her. It's not like to get home from work, I just want to see her and hang out with her. So that's been like a weird, because I love cooking. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just like, I don't know if
It wasn't worth it.
I was cooking too much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not worth it, cleaning and all that stuff. So our house is disaster. No, I'm just kidding. But there's like things like that where you don't, like golfing. I enjoy golfing.
You gave that up, though.
I didn't get, like, I'll do it occasionally. Like my
Yeah.
my brother came into town. I went and did it with my uncle and my dad. And I was terrible. But like, I don't have the time right now to get better at golf. And it doesn't make me exponentially more happy.
Right.
So I'm like, I have to give up that for a little bit so that I can work on these other things. So it's tough because I'm like, I think I can do it all. I know you think the same way. But then you get in a position where you have to make a choice. Else you're just going to burn out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
What do you, CV, I'm curious. What are you experiencing any of this? on both sides? Are things like, are you getting
You must be with your guys' job.
overwhelmed with,
House and-
just different things that you have to do in your life? And then also, or are you one of the people, because I will say, although CV worked through the entire pandemic, he was one that was a little bit more, I don't know if stressed is the right word about the pandemic, but and not cautious, because obviously we're both cautious having a new baby. You know what I'm saying though? Like, he was very meticulous about the way he was moving through the pandemic, because obviously he felt his parents could be at risk and all that. But are you one of the people that are feeling that added pressure that now that things are opening back up, or are you good?
A little bit. I mean, this most recent, all masks are gone and everything can kind of go back to normal. That has me a little bit alert, because now I'm seeing that a lot of people are just randomly I'm vaccinated.
Yeah.
It's hard to trust.
Like, guys, I had my flu shot.
Right. So I that has me kind of aware, very aware.
Yep.
As far as the other things, I mean, I'm happy to kind of get back to normal. It's been crazy, and the difference between you guys and where I'm at, and there is a 10-year gap here, right?
Yep.
And so what you guys are, I guess, maybe experiencing now, maybe turning down certain opportunities or parties or whatever, I kind of did about 10 years ago.
Yep.
So now in my life, my circle is much, much smaller. So I actually look forward, because everyone's very busy. So when we do have a chance to be together, it's very here and there. It's not very frequent. So I actually look forward to that. Whereas I remember about 10 years ago when you were kind of going to everything, it was like complete overwhelm. Every weekend was for something, and so we had to go to do this or that, and that would drive me crazy. The pandemic kind of slowed that down real quick too, in general, which I was okay with it. And then you got tired of the pandemic, and now I'm ready to kind of see people again. Yeah. But no, as of right now, I haven't had, the only thing that's really overwhelming right now is just the new house, getting all the things kind of, there's always a project to be done.
Good overwhelm though.
Yeah, it's a good thing, right? But it's like every weekend there's something to do.
Yes, of course.
And there's weekends I'm like, I just want to do nothing. And that can't happen because...
Yeah, it goes from like days of doing nothing to like hours.
Right.
Yep.
Right? Like everything becomes
And the weather
shorter.
changing is making it, we can be outside, which is great. I want to do me outside. But now I got to do a whole bunch of other things outside that are for the house or for this or for that.
Yeah, no, I'm curious to always hear people's perspectives, because I have
That's a good point.
I have one family member that literally the pandemic twisted him or her, I'll just leave it at that, upside down. Yeah. Like completely stressed and anxious to the point that, we didn't see this individual, still haven't seen this individual.
Yeah.
So you're going on well over a year and a half, but, being... in my opinion, manipulated by the news on either side. How a pandemic ever became like the most political thing in the world still blows my mind. But, that it really warped his or her, you like how I'm doing that?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who it is, but I have no idea.
Version of really what reality is, and then not being able to see your family does so much more damage. And this is a situation of when I saw this, about the psychologist saying about this extrovert. This person is an extroverted human being, completely introverted to the point that like definitely needs therapy. Picked up extremely bad habits, like
him or her,
extremely bad damage. Why did I say her?
You said he.
Oh, he, yeah.
Or you thrown us off the trail.
I don't know. And it's sad to see,
But you know what? Also, I don't mean to change the topic. It's on the same topic.
Change it.
No, it's not. But do you find that we're like, I know for me, and I will say us from now on, because whatever I do affects Dana directly.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
Well, that too. But this has only accelerated everything. Like I've now that things are opening up, I'm busier than ever because people are looking at houses still. Like, and then now we have the stuff on the weekend. So it's all been. This has been the hardest couple of years, but it's all been positive. But it's all new and bigger things.
Yes.
So it's like you can't say no to those opportunities.
Correct.
You just have to roll with it.
Yep.
But it's all at once. Like, with the podcast, we're getting bigger. We're getting more notoriety. We have other stuff that we're trying to do with the podcast, traveling, all that. In addition to personally, professionally, our businesses are growing. So you're basically figuring out all these systems and processes for multiple things at the same time.
Yep.
Versus in a perfect world, you build one thing, that thing gets going, then you like attach the other thing. Versus we're like, all right, we're building the table. Here are all the legs. We have to hold them up at once.
Well said.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Which is a little it's not it is overwhelming, but it's a battle. Like it's a lot mentally, it's very stressful. Strategy wise, it's very stressful.
Yep.
And it's every year looking back, it's like I can't believe we made it through
New
this
heights.
year.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
You get to
reset,
new heights.
but
Yep.
it's a when there's no days when you I don't even know how to put this. When there's no expected future year,
Yep.
because the previous year was so different, you have a little bit of anxiety because you're going into the unknown constantly.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good point. I've never thought
You
about
thinking about it that way?
No, yeah, I haven't thought about it. Now that you say that, it definitely rings true to me.
Like when you take on a new role at work,
Mm-hmm.
you're going into the unknown.
Yep.
But in addition, we're building this thing and going into the unknown.
Yes.
So it's just constant of there's no routine
Mm-hmm.
other than your morning, your family. So you come back to the basics.
Yep.
It's just that those basics you're building towards other bigger and better things.
Correct. Are we good on these cameras?
Are we
here?
overheating because we're
What's
too
going
hot?
on? And my last thing, I actually want Justin Anthony Sanchez on the mic real quick. Do you have a mic? Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm curious because you literally have. I mean, Justin, how old are you?
I'm 16.
16 years old.
Yeah, I'm about
Right.
to turn 17.
I'm about to
That's how it
turn.
works. That's how it works.
About to turn
17's after
17.
16.
2
Man.
months.
But so, what's your? I mean, in a quick summary,
Okay.
what's your take on things getting back as a student, as a performer, right? As somebody who's trying to elevate their lives at such a young age. What's your take on this whole thing?
So me personally, I'm actually very excited because I was like, as we both know, I'm an actor, so auditions were just coming in crazy. I was getting like probably 10 to 15 auditions in like less than a week,
Oh, wow.
and now I'm at barely one every couple months. You know, like that. Like that's a huge jump, and it's like it sucks because now I'm at home doing what. You know what
well,
I'm
you're
saying?
still in school,
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but school was remote for a long, long time too, right?
I was remote before school was remote.
Oh, that's true.
You're
Like
right.
you just said yourself, you're doing 10 interviews a week, or not interviews, what are they called?
Auditions, yeah.
I gotta know just in case I get the call. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like if you think about that, this is not forever. Those auditions are going to come up once things open up again and everything goes on. They're going to need people, and the amount of footage that is need to be shot because people are so behind
Yep.
is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
So just like you're in the restaurant world, like restaurants are going to be bananas, so is acting. And this one stepping stone, when you look back, like when I think about when I lose a listing or something, I'm like, it was a learning experience. I can't take it personal. And in the scheme of things, this is the small deal in the big deals I'm going to do. And then it just makes you just keep moving because you can't look back, you know? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Same
absolutely.
way.
Wow.
Like something goes wrong, you're like, you know, that sucked.
Justin's gonna respond. That's dope.
Yeah, it is pretty dope.
That's fire. yo.
That's fine.
That's
Okay,
fire.
that's a new one. And then the last thing I want to ask is because now that we have you on the mic, and we got to now get him into the camera shot so people can see the real.
He's an actor, for God's sake.
Yeah.
CV and him. We got to do like.
Yeah, we got to
we'll
get
have a full-
one more camera. You being 16 years old, like I know if I took the opportunity to, listen to podcasts like this or be around, individuals who are double your age and that are focusing on personal and professional development, what is something like No Snooze doing for your life personally?
Oh, I told y'all this a while ago. It's the stuff that you learn that you'll never learn from anyone else, like someone like regular on the street. Like the stuff that I'm here working, like making sure this all goes well just so you guys can post a video. But the stuff that I'm hearing and that I'm writing down is just it's incredible. It's something that I never thought I learned and something that I'm glad I learned because now it's gonna help me in the future. It's like I'm gonna be ahead. Like what you were telling me in the gym that one time, you were like, yo, if you stick to this and you just do everything that you know you're supposed to do, you're going to be ahead of most of the kids your age by years.
Absolutely.
And when you told me that, I was like, wow, I mean, you're right. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's the stuff that like I'm glad I'm here for, because not only do I get to learn all that stuff, I'm just having a great time all in general, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We love to have you here.
So now we have to dope. But all right, so I think he just got his ticket to South Carolina. We might have to bring him with us.
Yeah.
all right?
But the biggest thing, too, like, and tell me what you think, and CV, obviously chime in here, isn't attitude like everything with whatever you do?
Yes.
Because, like, I fall victim to it all the time. Like you have a rough day and you get home and you're just like, oh, man, I don't want to do any of this, blah,
Yep.
blah. And then like the next day you snap out of me, you're like, what was I doing? Like,
Yep.
it really
And now
wasn't that big
if-
of a deal.
And you're right on that. But now, if we can take that even a step further, and in those moments, like I was talking about on the sisters with mommy issues, that's an uncomfortable moment. If we can learn to lessen the gap from when
the
we're
turnaround time.
yes, the turnaround time, and that's what I've been working on. Right, like it used to take me a day to get back. Then it took me like a bunch of hours. Now I literally have this thing, especially with my wife, if we are in an argument or something like that, but like, yo, give me 20 minutes. And not that I'm perfect every time where I can come back in 20 minutes. It might be 30 minutes, it might be 40
cool
minutes.
down that fast.
What?
I don't cool down that fast. My mind,
Right. But you can if you wanted to.
Yeah, I've had a
You know what I
problem
mean?
Turning off my mind at night.
Yeah.
My mind races.
Yes.
now, and I can't. I don't know. I'm trying to get control of it, but
Yep.
like it's just nonstop, and I'm like, I gotta calm down.
Yeah.
You know, it's not stress. It's just thinking. I
Mhm.
mean, you're
Oh, of
very
course,
similar.
of course.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I get it. Good. So we're coming up on time.
I was gonna make a note
Go
too.
ahead.
Like, for any age group, it's you don't know when the just in general to Justin's point, like something happens, you never know what the next door is gonna be. But if you go through the door and you just keep moving forward and doing whatever, you don't know when the dam's gonna break.
Yes.
Like, there's so many things in my life too where I'm like, I was gonna quit, and I stuck it out, and I'm very happy I did because that next week it all broke loose. So like the mentality of like, all right, let's see what next week brings you. Let's see what tomorrow brings us, and we'll see what happens. Just keep doing it. It's very important. You know?
And at some point, everything will always break if you keep it up.
Yeah.
Your situation will always change.
Yeah,
But the problem is we all give up too easy. I've done it so many times in my life.
Yeah.
And we need to stop giving up.
Yeah.
Right? And just keep working for what it is that you want.
And that's different than pivoting, right? Like you might feel something's going on. You're like, all right, well, I was an actor and I'm on TV shows, but I have this opportunity to do to leave this show to go to a movie. And it makes sense of like, if I want to end up doing a movie or movies, this is a good move.
Yep.
So that's the different than quitting when you have an alternate replacement for it.
What an episode.
I don't know if any of it made sense.
Packed.
How we're talking, but listen,
We're all
I
over
want to
the
go
place.
lift weights right now.
We're all over the place. Good. You want to lift weights? I want to smoke a cigar. It's perfect. That's a nice
You can
transition
do both
into
at the same time.
Dave's Dime of the Week.
Dimes.
That would be fire. So
do that.
Yeah, just lift weights and smoke cigars.
Weights and.
I thought about that. Yeah, like you open up a gym called the Fit Smoker.
Okay.
So I don't know if this is love advice or if this is, just a gentleman. I am what one would call a bottle boy, a brother of the leaf. The leaf being the leaf of a cigar.
I was like, bottle boy.
And I feel like we've used him on either Dave's Dime of the Week, but I know we've used him on Miguelito's mantra. Smoking cigars is like falling in love. First, you are attracted by its shape. Then, you stay for its flavor. And you must always remember, never to let the flame go out.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Winston Churchill.
I thought it was going to be never inhale. I was like,
Never inhale, yeah. I'm so excited to smoke this. I'm
that
sorry.
was a good one.
It's good, right? Winnie Church, we've used him
Winnie
before.
Church is a good boy.
He is a good boy. Winnie Church, that good boy, you.
We actually, my mother-in-law, father-in-law have a dog, my Petey's sister, Winnie.
What the hell was that?
I was just trying to think. I was doing the math.
What are you doing?
Sorry, my eyes were allergies, guys.
Yeah. Allergies.
Sorry, allergies. All right, that was good.
Thank you.
Did I say dimes?
Yes, you did.
I'm on a roll. I
Yeah,
don't even
baby.
know what I'm saying.
I'm like butter.
I'm on a
Always
roll.
on a roll.
I'm on Ezekiel roll. Miguelito's mantra.
Ito.
What's my graphic? Are tacos falling? Like, right? He gets a graphic.
Can I get a taco?
Just tacos. Ito. Get an Ito. All right. Guys, look at me for this one.
Come on.
Eyes.
Yep. Eyes on.
Always start at the end before you begin.
I like that. I saw that this
Robert
morning.
Kiyosaki.
Ooh.
You know who Robert Kiyo is?
Think and Grow Rich.
No.
Oh no, that's Kawasaki. That's who was that?
It's what the hell's
Was it? It's something like
My
that.
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah, yes, that's what I meant.
Cash Flow Quadrant,
Yes,
a bunch of stuff.
Yes, right.
He's a good guy.
Okay, no, that was delicious.
Can I play hooky with you today?
Hey, listen, man, I'm all in. I'm going to smoke this cigar.
Oh wait, we'd be
Go ahead.
remiss.
Oh, yep. Ooh.
Tactical baby gear came in with the heat.
Okay.
Send daddy a mod backpack. I wore this around town. Was looking tight.
And by the way, these patches are removable. They have them. They
better
say
put that back.
Daddy, mommy. Well, you better have patches
Oh,
for
I have
me
all
too.
these for you.
Yeah,
There you go.
Mike got lucky. I actually bought all these products, and then we established a relationship with him, and then Mike gets all the free shit.
They sent. Where did they send me stuff?
Here.
Wait, I actually wore the shirt.
Yo, come on,
Tried it
man.
on.
Why are you wearing my
That's
shirt?
yours.
Thank you. Shout out Tactical Baby Gear. So
TBG.
it's kind of wild, right? We saw this vision, just to go to your quote, we saw this vision happening before it actually happened, which is something to do with your quote, right?
Yeah, I mean, you end where you start. Where you
Yeah,
end.
there you go. We saw where we were going. So then when we're walking on the beach with our backwards hat, like this, Tactical Baby Gear, like this, baby on, I'm talking arms out, chest up, shoulders back. I'm walking down the beach. When that video surfaces, we're going to play that from the very first time that we said it.
Hell yeah,
And all I want you to do is call me.
daddy.
Thank you.
You know what's funny? I didn't even have anything in this when I rocked it because
Yup.
I just wanted to wear it because it looks so good. And Dana's like, "Why are you wearing that?" And I'm like, "I got to be ready, baby. Tactical.
That's right.
Tactical baby."
Baby Tactical.
Yeah.
Good stuff. This was awesome, my brother. I'm going to smoke the cigar. I know you got to go sell a house. CV, I know he's got to get to work. And Justin, I don't know what it is that you do,
Audition.
but keep doing it, my brother. Until next time, stop snoozing
Get up and get after it.
and go smoke a damn cigar.
Send me a gift. Father's Day around the corner. That's another Effie in the books. Go follow us on Instagram and Facebook at No Snooze Podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, No Snooze.